top 5 for this week is going to be the top 5 holes at Augusta National. Each hole has their own name. Again, it's the only thing we could think of that would keep us here before tomorrow morning. So, yeah, I'm pretty excited about this one. Probably, again, the most recognizable private golf course in the world. Everybody knows these holes, so we're going to give you our top holes.
And I do consider myself a top high percentage Masters fan, but I only have one monitor and don't think I can name many by name. So maybe I can rely on you for that.
I
But
do. I have the dual monitor system going right here.
okay,
So you tell me the number of the hole, and then I'll say the name. But
gotcha. I
T-Bone,
think
you went first last week. It is my turn to go first. I hope that's okay. But back and
yep.
forth, the Instagram standings, 3-2. You're winning at the moment. I'm picking up on a trend, so we'll see if it holds up after this week. But I need you, Instagram listeners, vote for me in advance. So go follow us on our social media channels at 3 and a par pod. That's where we will post these the rankings. So especially on Instagram, go follow us there. All right. So number 1 overall pick for me, again, very tough. I think I gotta go with number 12. Golden Bell, the par 3. It's the most beautiful part of the golf course. All the azaleas in the background. I mean, literally, you walk down there and it's down the hill, and it is absolutely spectacular. Race Creek right across the middle. I love it too because, and I know the golfers love it because when they're over on 12, there's no fans, there's no galleries. It's just them hitting their putts or chipping onto the green and then hitting that tee shot on 13. There's no place like it else in the world, in my opinion. So that's why number 12. It also, again, I said it earlier, it makes or breaks golf tournaments. It makes or breaks Masters champion if you don't play it correctly. And if you go in the water on 12, you bring in a high number. And so I think number 12, Golden Bell, is the first overall pick.
Love it. Yeah, that one was going to go early. I think it's a obvious first rounder. Um, it basically separated Tiger from the field when he won. Brooks, Francesco, Finau, Poulter. I think all those guys made up the last two groups when Tiger won. Tiger hit the middle of the green, had the two putt from 30 feet. It's a great hole. It's so crazy. A lot of history. Great pick.
Absolutely.
All right. For my first pick, I got to go 13. I'm hoping with the new tee boxes, it's gonna make it even better. Um, Reachable par five. There's been some insane shots. Again, a make or break hole. Think of Phil from the Pine Straw. Just a great reachable par five that's so fun to watch. And I think this year it's going to be even better when you have a little bit longer irons in, maybe a little more layups. Um, but it's I think that hole's awesome because it seems so easy, but you'll see guys make like tens. So they're
Yeah.
trying to cut the corner, and then their drop is even worse. Seeing the guys hit it from the pine straw to the right, trying to hit it on the green, it's awesome. It's awesome.
Yeah.
13.
No, it's fantastic. It can really propel a person who's making a charge. So yeah, we'll see how it's well received after this year. So kind of risque pick, T-Bone, going with the Cole that's getting the facelift this year. But yeah, you're right. Traditionally, 100%. So for me, number 2, man, I'm torn between two of them. I think I'm going to go number 16. Another par 3. So I'm taking both the par 3s on the backside, but 16, incredible hole. It's one of the flattest holes on the golf course too. You don't realize that until you're there. But it's had some incredible moments. Hole in ones, Tigers chipping on 2005. I mean, just a gift from God Himself for Nike when that Nike logo is just chilling on the lip, right? It was amazing. And again, when he won in 2019 too, that was a big hole for him. The slope. I mean, even Jack Nicklaus when he won, Gary Player. There's just so many amazing moments on that hole, and it's not ridiculously long. Probably like what Yeah, 170 on the card. So yeah, I think number 16 gets the nod for number two for me.
I didn't think you were going to go back to back par threes.
I
Uh,
didn't think I was either, but like I think I'd be silly if I didn't take 16 here.
okay. Well, I'll do a similar play. I'll go two par fives. We'll go 15.
Yeah, that was it.
It's I think it has a lot of similarities, at least on TV, to 13. It seems like it's a little bit harder to get there in two. What I love about it is the second shot and how unbelievably bad it can end up. When those guys hit the back edge of the green, it goes in the back pond. They got to drop from there or re-hit or whatever. I mean, it's insane. I also love where the bleachers are with that little stone bridge walkway with the players walking by. Such a great hole. So another historic moment there that potentially robbed a green jacket from Tiger that people forget about a lot. When he hit it off the pin, spun back in the water, took a step or two back, drop, two-shot penalty because it was an improper drop. Crazy stuff like that. Seve blowing the lead to Jack at 86. Um, Reachable par fives in the back nine of Augusta on Sunday. Doesn't get any better than that.
Yeah, I mean, so I took both par threes, you took both par fives. Again, I think very fitting in this appropriate or that feels very appropriate. I had to sneeze real quick. I apologize there. That's what the listeners want to hear. I want to mute though. Yeah, great pick. I think a lot of our first round picks or a lot of the early picks are going to be on the back nine. I think might have to sneeze one more time. Got it. Number three for me, I'm going to go with number 11, White Dogwood. First hole of Amen Corner. The tee shot is becoming very daunting. I know it's not the way that it was intentionally designed to be, but they had to tiger proof the golf course. But that second shot is just absolutely brutal going into 11. 11 is actually the first hole with water on it as well, the little pond there. And, there's that massive hill on the right side, and it is TV does not do justice how overall hilly the golf course is in general, but especially that part there. It's had some amazing moments. It doesn't necessarily, it can't make a golf tournament in the way that 13 and 15 can, but I mean, you can have a high number there. And then you got to go in the 12 and 13 after that. There's a reason why they call it Amen Corner. It starts with that second shot on 11. So that's why it gets the nod for number three for me.
Honestly, that hole, I think it's the hardest hole in the course. It's a hole that I love to watch, but I honestly think I would hate it playing it.
Oh,
It
yeah.
looks so damn hard. The the tee shot right, you're screwed. You see guys hit what looks like moderate like layup shots that just keep rolling into the creek or into the pond there. If you go left, you're probably not finding it. And a lot of these approach shots are like 220 in. It's windy. If you go right, you have all these mount. That hole is a nightmare.
Yeah. To your point, if it rains and the course is soggy, you're not getting that rollout.
Oh
Whew,
yeah,
man.
having some graphite in the green
Let's say
for
I
sure.
feel bad for Bernhard Langer and Freddie Couples who have to hit their second shot in.
I think speaking of our earlier conversations about Larry Mize is playing again.
As he has the lowest betting odds. So if you're
Gotcha.
feeling dangerous, you can bet on him.
I'll only play it twice. It's all right.
All right. Here's your third pick.
All right, I'm gonna go hole 10.
Okay.
I think the view from the green looking out to the fairway is really cool. It shows you how insane that drop off is and the dog leg is. Also think it's a great playoff hole. We've seen Masters decided on that hole. Bubba from the trees, Adam Scott holing out. There's been a lot of great endings on that hole. Um, and also, if you have a guy in contention and they birdie 10, it's always like, holy shit, watch out.
Yeah.
They could go low. So I think it's a great start to the back nine. Just begins the drama. Pretty tough, and there's been some great endings to the Masters on that hole. So I'll go 10.
I like it. I like it. Camellia, number 10. T-Bone, I think if I choose this, you're going to choose that. If I zig, you zag. So I'm going to go to date. Only back 9 holes so far for the first 6 picks. I'm going to zag and pick the first hole on the first pick from the front 9 and go number 2. Number 2, par 5, pink dogwood. That hole is absolutely dogleg down the hill. That second shot has created some amazing moments. I think of Louis Oosthuizen, his hole out double eagle. It's a great way to propel your round, to set the tone early. Birdie's definitely in the mix, and the green too. Like again, the TV does not do it justice. Where that pin is on Sunday and where it is tucked back left, there's like 5 feet of room there in order to hit the green. It is absolutely spectacular. I got to get a par 5 too for my team here. So I go pink dog was sitting for my 4th overall pick, hole number 2.
Yeah, I always think of the Louis Oosthuizen double eagle there. That's a great hole. The pin placements, the width of that green are insane. That's a fun hole to watch. I like it.
Yep.
All right. Um, hmm.
Hey, fun fact while you're telling this, Sue, I want to shout out to my boy Drew. He has actually played the golf course there. Not the Drew you know, no, the Drew I know. He has played the golf course, and his brother got a double eagle on number 2 when they played there. He said it was like the third double eagle ever on that hole, and then Louis Oosthuizen was like number 4.
Holy
So
shit.
yeah, it's so not common at all. These guys will put it really close, obviously, to tap in equal, but there's not been many double eagles out there. So I want to give, I believe it was, I think Allen. He got the double eagle there. So shout out to you, Allen. Incredible.
Congrats, Alan. I'm really happy for you.
Allen.
Um,
Yeah.
all right, I'll go 18. The maybe a hot take. For as great as the Masters is, you would maybe think of a more iconic hole. I mean, we're waiting until the fourth round to pick hole 18, but at the same time, it is also an awesome hole. When you see the the uh the tunnel of trees hitting off that tee box, my palms just start sweating. You got the gallery, you've got the trees, and it looks like you're hitting out of like a phone booth.
Yeah.
Um, Spieth a few years ago when he was making that run, he was pretty much had no chance, and he hits a tree what probably 100 yards out.
Yeah.
I mean, I always thought the pros it didn't really mess with them that much, but apparently it does. And again, I think the green complex on 18 with the surrounding bunkers and gallery going up the hill is really cool. Um, Again, maybe a hot take. I think it's a little underwhelming for as
Mm.
great as the Masters is, but we'll go with 18.
It's definitely more of that tee shot, to your point. You got to get by. But heck, dude, we were talked about the duck earlier, Angel Cabrera himself. He hit a tree on that playoff and still end up making par. I mean,
Yeah,
Tiger, when he won in 19, he still made bogey. But then you have Phil making birdie on 18 to win his Masters in 2004. It has, and then you have Jack Nicklaus making, I think he made bird. No, it was more Greg Norman. He really effed it up, blowing that 4 iron over the green. It has created some great moments. But
Arnold
look, it's
Palmer made
definitely,
a double bogey on 18 to lose the Masters.
yeah,
Yeah, there's a
dude,
lot of stuff that's happened.
there's a lot of history there. But it's not like 18 at Doral or 18 at Sawgrass or heck, even 18 at the Golf Club of Houston, if you will. Those are more scenic, if you will. But it's even though it's not as scenic, it has created some phenomenal moments.
For sure.
But I think that's a fairly appropriate place to be. Like it definitely deserves to be on the list. But I think if it would have been taken at 3, I think that would have been appropriate too. So number 5 here, T-Bone, my last pick. Man, this is where a lot of them are obviously really recognizable. I think you said it earlier, 11, you think is the hardest hole on the course. I think hole number 4 or 5 is the hardest hole on the course. Now that
Oh
they've
yeah.
extended it, that hole is just absolute beat down, but it's not necessarily iconic too. So usually I would pick another hole, but I'm going to go with hole number 9 for my fifth overall pick. I think I need another par 4 under my belt. That green is absolutely incredible. It's like a 45-degree angle. How these guys even stop it, I have no clue. And if you remember Tiger Woods in 19, when that pin was like in the middle to front, he's in all the way back and he hit maybe the best putt I've ever seen. It was up there with like 17 at Sawgrass when he knocked it in, the better than most putt. I mean, he just barely tapped that thing, and it felt like it took 5 minutes to get to the hole, and it ended up like 2 inches from it. It was absolutely incredible. I just think it's a good way to end the front nine, dogleg left, crazy green complex. So here's a fun fact too about hole number 9. So Clifford Roberts was one of the founders with Bobby Jones of Augusta National. He used to always hit it in the same spot on 9. And so he had the grounds crew or whatnot make a little shelf in the area where he would hit it every single time. So because it goes straight downhill. But except for that like 7 yard little shelf, it is flat. And that's because that's where Clifford Roberts used to hit it every single time. So I think it's called Roberts Shelf. But that's a little fun fact about Augusta that not many people know about.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Pretty cool.
So yeah, number 9, and then you go down the hill, back up the hill, clubhouse is right there. The gallery's all over the place. So yeah. Number 9 is fifth is my fifth round pick.
Cool. Um, I feel like I need a par three on the list, but I might just say fuck it, and I'm going team par five. I'm gonna go number eight.
Yeah,
Um,
that's a good one.
I think eight is there's this one past Masters where Tiger's hit this low running hook, and he hits it to like 8 feet, and I think a lot of the players hit that just that low runner, and you see it. The camera angle is always allowing you to see the ball come in and run up the green. And when it just keeps curling to that back pin, it's so fun to watch and can definitely be an eagle hole for the Bombers, but it's always like a runner. So I think it's so much different from the other par fives on the back nine too, and just a really fun hole that to get you ready for the back nine. So I'm going team par five for my picks. Um, Almost took seven. I think that's a great par three too, hitting over the gallery that's sitting down on the hill. But I think eight's a really fun hole, so got to take it for the last pick.
I mean, that was going to be my if we were going to do one honorable mention, it was going to be number 6. 6 is the par 3 that
Six.
it's over the
Yeah.
gallery. Yeah, 6 is my first honorable mention there because yeah, that's but considering I took both par 3s on the backside, I think I had to mix it up a little bit. So yeah, I think that's a really iconic hole. You just had that little shelf there on the top right hand corner. Everything funnels down. The gallery is a great place to go watching. So yeah, that would have been my next pick. That's 6.
Gotcha. Seven's the narrow par four that's kind of downhill, the uphill with the
Yeah.
bunkers around it. A little shorter hole. Gotcha.
You know what would have been on the list maybe a few years ago would be 17, but since that ice storm came out and took down Eisenhower's tree, doesn't play the same in my opinion.
Yeah. Yeah. 17. Honestly, I can't really picture 14 at the top of my head either.
14's got
Um,
that crazy green. So there's
yeah.
14 and 5 that are like the crazy green complexes that are like roller coasters.
Yeah. Another hole that we didn't talk about that could also be the hardest hole on the golf course. I think it's three, the par three.
Tough, dude. Plays at 240. That is unbelievable.
Yeah, that one's a bastard. And then is four the dog leg left?
Uh no, I apologize. So 3 is the short par 4. That's only 350. Some of the guys will try to,
Oh,
guys like
that's where
Mitchell will try to
Scheffler
drive
chipped
the
in. Is
green.
that where Scheffler chipped in for Eagle on
Yep.
Sunday?
hmm
Yep.
And then 4 is the par 3. And then
Yeah,
5 is that dogleg par 5, 6 is the par 3, and then 7 is a bit more of a straightforward par
yeah,
4. I mean, plays 450, and then 8's par 5, 9. You come in with the par 4.
yeah, yeah. Hole five is definitely a monster.
Yeah.
I mean that is not a fun. That cannot be a fun hole to play. But
No, no. And they extended a couple years ago. Played 450, now plays 490. Ugh, it's disgusting.
yeah,
T-Bone, I think that about wraps it up for this amazing Masters week. It's gonna be electric, man. If you need to get a hold of me, I'll be on my couch watching the Masters. I probably won't answer many text messages this week, so I apologize in advance. But T-Bone, before I close this out, any final words on this 2023 Masters week?
no, I think it's going to be a tight race between the three amigos with Rom, Scheffler, Rory. But we could also have some live drama. We could have someone that wasn't even on the radar. I think we kind of talked through all those scenarios. So interested to see how it plays out.
There's no doubt about it. It's going to be fantastic. So we appreciate everybody for tuning in. Comment below with your favorite Masters moment, and also who is your prediction to win the Masters the Masters 2023. So follow us on our social media before you get out of here at 300 per pod. That is number 3, 300 per pod. Twitter, Instagram. Subscribe, rate, and review. Follow us on YouTube. I finally played my first round of golf of the year, T-Bone, on Sunday.
Oh
So
yeah.
I got a little video that will hopefully be dropping here in the next few weeks. Just gotta get through some things on my end, including Masters Week, and then I'll be able to post that here in the next few weeks on a YouTube channel. And I'm excited. I think I'll be live tweeting during the Masters too. So be a good time, man. I can't wait. It's here. We've made it. We've arrived.
Love it. Can't wait.
Well, again, thank you everybody for tuning in. We appreciate you. I am Scotty T, and for T-Bone. And remember,
Little white ball is life.